Good day. How are you today? This is we're still waiting on information and decisions about what to call this segment, but I'm calling right today. Going to call it the Super Saver Chef Don. This is the second episode, and you're in on it. So I'm so glad you are joining me. I assume that you are joining me. Anyway, can't see you. Okay. I'm following up on the last one because I got some ideas after I finished. I was, skinning my asparagus ends, and then my quiche is cooked and ready to eat. And of course, I can't seem to cook without making enough food for 10 people. So here I've got this enormous quiche, and I'm in my house isolated like everybody else. I do have a renter who's renting a room, and she's a night worker, so she sleeps during the day, so I'm trying to be quiet. Hopefully she's getting some sleep today. Anyway, I'm not completely separated from human contact. However, I think I get bored. I want something to do. I got 100,000 things to do outside, but when it's 24 degrees and there's snow on the ground in April, it just doesn't seem like something I want to do. I don't know why that is. Anyway, I got to looking at this stuff that I had, and I thought I'd share a sequel for the creative asparagus usages. Okay, look what I got. I've got this bowl full of the peelings. Now this is, in the peeling is the most nutritious, most nutrition is in the peeling, and the apple of everything else, and we tend to throw that away. So I'm not going to throw that away. I've got a plan for that, and I'm going to get back to that later. But I want you to see the quiche that I've created. So I'm going to try to pick the phone up. I'm on my kitchen here doing this just the best I can. I'm dancing as fast as I can, I like to say. So here we are. Here it is. Can you see it? There's my quiche, and there's my bowl of asparagus. Here, this is what I've gotten done since my last episode. Okay, so we're doing it all in the same day, at least for right now. So I kind of like to make, to me, I want to tell you something about me. When I was a little boy, I loved to play with my food. My mother would say, "Donnie, stop playing with your food." And I'd say, "But Mom, I can make an elephant out of these mashed potatoes." And she said, Donnie, do not make, sometimes she would say, "Donald William Russell, do not make an elephant out of those potatoes." Well, can I make a horse? I've been like this. Just pray for my poor mother. She's in heaven now, but she had to put up with this creative kid who was making art out of everything. Everything I do, I look at as an opportunity to enjoy life. Be creative, do something fun. So I put a bunch of flowers and some mint leaves. I'm growing mint leaves. You want to see my mint, my herbal garden here? Here it is. If you really want to see it, I'm going to show it to you. Okay, there's my herbal garden. There's about every kind of herb in this garden that you can think of, and as soon as the weather gets cooperating, I'm going to put it all outside. But right now, I got to have it in the house, whether I like it or not. Okay, so that's my herbal garden, and I got these nicest, beautiful mint. Oh man, it tastes so good, the mint does. So I grabbed some leaves off of that. I got some flowers over there that are edible. And I probably won't eat the flowers, but they are edible. So, and then I've got my little sack that I've completed. Look at all those. It took me about, 4 minutes, maybe, to get all those done. And I've got about 4 more minutes left. And I've got 4 minutes I can kill. So that's what I'm doing. Anyway, I wanted to let you see me take a bite of this quiche. I'm telling you, it's one of the best quiches. I make them all the time. This is probably one of the best quiches I have ever eaten in my life. Oh, that is so good. wish you could be here and have a bite. If you like the recipe, I'll try to reconstruct it. I usually don't keep a record of anything I do, but I think if you get to me fast enough, I might be able to tell you just how I made this quiche. And I would actually film the steps if somebody shows an interest in this. And, you know, I may be the only one that's ever going to watch this show. But if you want to know about it, want to know what I do stuff with banana peels. I do stuff with orange peels and lemon peels. I do stuff with everything that's edible, and try not to throw anything away that I don't absolutely have to throw away because of it isn't edible. And if I can come up with a way to make something palatable, I'm going to do that. The seeds from the watermelons, from the other types of melons, the seeds, any seeds from fruit that's edible and doesn't have poison in it. Now, some things do. You don't want to, there's some seeds that you don't want to eat because of what they have in it. But there's so much going on around us that we can eat that it's ridiculous. You know, I have a yard in the backyard. My daughter is very interested in weeds, and she's kind of my flower child, and she I call her my earth muffin. And she spent years and years and years and years. She's 39 maybe, I think 39. And she goes out and checks. She finds the weeds on the side of the road. She looks at the weeds everywhere she goes. She figures out what they are. She finds out what's in the weeds. And what are edible and what are not. She can walk out in my backyard and tell me, you can eat this. It's really good for you. She said, Don, her dad, I don't remember if she called me Don or Dad, but anyhow, she said, you've got purslane growing in your yard. I said, is that a disease? What is that? She said, that's a superfood. It's one of the most nutritious foods you can eat is purslane. I had never heard of it. So now I notice I have purslane. I pull it out. I put it in a little pot and I try to cultivate it and grow it and trying to make them a little bigger and more substantial throughout the year. And I save them all. I dry them and I stick them in my food because they're free. And you know, God has provided food for us all around us. We just don't know where it is. And I know some people that say, I'm not going to eat anything that isn't in the supermarket. Give me a break. I got a tree down the road from the neighbor. It's so packed full of beautiful, delicious red prunes that, yellow prunes, golden prunes, whatever you call them. And they sit and rot on the tree. And I asked him, why don't you do something with your prunes? So he said, they're not in the supermarket. I'm not sure if they're good to eat. Hello? Stop it. Just stop it. Be like Bob Newhart's, you know, his suggestion to just stop it is really a good one. Let's think about how we can just stop it. Have some quiche on me. Let me know if you want the recipe. I might eat this whole thing. Oh my goodness. Well, it won't make me fat because there's nothing fattening in it. No sugar.